So you've just found out that you tested positive for lactose intolerance. Right now, you may be feeling a little bit like this, or like this, or even this. It may seem confusing or overwhelming right now, but don't worry, we're here to help. We're going to give you the tools you'll need to get through the next 2 weeks. No, not those kind of tools. I'm talking about things like how to read labels on food packaging, what foods to avoid, and which foods you can eat, how to keep a food journal, and when you can start slowly introducing different foods back into your diet to see which ones are causing you all that discomfort you've been feeling. First, a little science. Don't worry, this won't hurt a bit. Lactose is a sugar primarily found in milk and dairy products. Having lactose intolerance means your body cannot digest lactose due to a shortage of an enzyme called lactase. For the next 2 weeks, we'll have you eliminate lactose from your diet to see if your symptoms improve. So what causes lactose intolerance? Certain digestive diseases like Crohn's, ulcerative colitis, and other inflammatory bowel diseases can be causes. Injury to the small intestine from surgery or trauma may also reduce the amount of lactase enzyme in your system. Lactose intolerance can also develop over time. Lactose intolerance is not dangerous and it does not harm the gastrointestinal system, but it can cause some unpleasant symptoms, as you are probably all too aware. But you're not alone. It is estimated that 30 to 50 million Americans have some degree of lactose intolerance. Certain racial and ethnic populations are more affected, including 80% of African Americans, Jews, Mexicans, and Native Americans, and 90% of the Asian population. Let's talk about what foods and beverages you need to eliminate from your diet for the next 2 weeks. The most common high lactose foods include milk, milkshakes and other milk-based beverages, cheese, yogurt, butter, ice cream, ice milk or sherbet, whipped cream, puddings and custards, coffee creamer, creamed soups and sauces, and did we mention milk? Here are a list of some foods that may contain lactose and to which you'll have to pay special attention. Bread and other baked goods, milk chocolate, salad dressings and other sauces, breakfast cereals and bars, instant potatoes, soups, rice and noodle mixes, lunch meats, and here's a tip, kosher lunch meats by definition can't contain lactose, so put that on your can-eat list. Candies and other snacks, mixes for pancakes, biscuits, cookies, and other similar treats. Remember, you may be able to eat some of the foods on this list. Just be sure to check the label. If you've been frantically trying to write this all down, you can take a break. You'll receive a handout with all this information and more on it. We're just giving you an overview now, the big picture. Just sit back and take it all in. There won't be a test at the end. These are all the foods for which you need to check the labels carefully to make sure they don't contain lactose. Here's what to look for in the list of ingredients at the bottom of the label. Lactose, obviously. If you see the word lactose, you can stop reading and put the package back on the shelf. Here are some others you might not know about. Milk byproducts, dry milk solids, dry milk powder, whey, casein, nougat, cheese, butter, curds, and anything from the list of foods that contain lactose that may be an ingredient in a food product you're considering. Avoid foods that state may contain milk. The thing about lactose intolerance is everyone is different, so you'll have to find out what works and doesn't work for you. The good news is you may not have to eat like this forever. After 2 weeks, you should be feeling symptom-free. Now you can start slowly reintroducing foods into your diet to see which ones produce symptoms and you should avoid, and which ones you can tolerate and continue to eat. The key here is to introduce foods slowly, one at a time. This is the only way to know what food is causing the symptoms. It's all trial and error. After your 2 weeks of total elimination, pick one food you'd like to reintroduce and try a small amount of it. Eat it with a meal, and keep your food journal. Here's how to do that. Write down the type of food you're introducing, the amount you're eating, and when you're eating it. Write down any symptoms you experience. We recommend waiting a full 3 days before introducing another food to be sure you're tracking the effects of the particular food you've reintroduced. Here's a few tips and tricks. Number 1, we're going to give you a list of high and low lactose foods. It's best to start with the low lactose foods first. Hard cheeses like cheddar and Swiss, cottage cheese, butter. Yogurt is typically digested better than milk, so it's another good one to start with. Remember though, only start with one. Number 2, consume your lactose with a meal. Your body may be able to tolerate lactose better with other foods. 3, The lactase enzyme is available in liquid or tablet form, and you can get it over the counter. After your initial 2 weeks of cutting lactose, and as you begin to introduce your first lactose-containing food, you may take a dose of this lactase enzyme. See your dosage based on your age. One last thing to keep in mind. Milk and dairy products are a major source of calcium, which is an essential nutrient for the growth and repair of bones and teeth, especially in teenagers. Calcium is also essential for blood to clot normally, for muscles and nerves to function, and for the heart. But don't worry, you can get calcium in your diet from many other sources. These sources include calcium-fortified milk alternatives like soy, almond, rice, or coconut milk, almonds, dried beans, tofu, sardines, canned salmon, shellfish, dark green leafy vegetables, and calcium-fortified juices. If you think you might not be able to consume enough of these products, consult your dietitian for other recommendations, or about the possibility of starting a calcium supplement appropriate for your age. After your initial 2 weeks, with the gradual reintroduction of small amounts of lactose-containing foods, if your symptoms do not improve, contact your GI physician. If you have a question, please ask the nurse to get you in contact with the dietitian or schedule an appointment at the front desk on your way out. Thanks for watching and good luck. We know you can do it.